I just
This
joined the
conference
call.
will now be recorded.
Okay, so I am telling you, you see any topics which is being sorted apart from these. Okay, because I am in working in S4HANA 2020, I'm working on multiple projects at present. So these are the topics, but they have been enhanced. Do you see any topic which
Yeah,
you think should be covered and it's not in the list?
yeah, I think AMDP, CDS views, and like if you can focus more on that
AMDP,
interfaces and
but
interfaces.
sir,
Interface.
CDS view AMDP will only be you can learn when you know these things, sir.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. No, what the
So
only
in the
reason I'm
last
asking.
last Yeah, yeah, I will create a Fury application with CDS View. I will show you what all facilities are there, what are joins, what are associations, how we can create it. They will give you one Eclipse system also. There I will create some basic CDS View, and I will show you how to create a Fury application using CDS Views. Okay, I think Virtuosoft team will provide that system, and then we will be able to do it.
So the
Okay.
development will for development we'll be using the Eclipse tool, right? For some of the
No,
OData
no.
services.
For OData services, one more topic which is missing. So OData services has two things. Either you create a OData service using CDS views, or you can create a OData services using SCGW transaction. Okay,
Yeah,
earlier when CDS was not there, then we used to do using SCGW. We used to create object entities and we used to create OData service using that. Okay, now also once we create a CDS view, the backend replication happens in this transaction only. You can see that in a SCGW only when you create a service using CDS view. Okay.
yeah. Anyway, she can get exposed to the Eclipse tool also. That way, she'll be
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of.
When we CDS view cannot be created here. CDS views cannot be created in GUI. And when we touch the CDS view topic, then we will be exposed to Eclipse tool. But
Yeah,
before
that's
that topics, these topics till here, they will be done in the
yeah, basic
GUI.
ABAP. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm
After
not concerned about. Yeah, definitely, I am kind of aware of this. Like, and you will be covering the
hmm,
basic ABAP. But once you
hmm,
go to the S4HANA specific ABAP, right? Like,
hmm,
at least if
hmm.
she can note it down, like all the important topics in S4HANA, that will give her a little bit
Yeah, yeah.
more
You can
edge.
any topic you think KS4 HANA should be covered, you can tell it to me. Okay, because we will be going one by one, and any of the session you can tell me that this topic we want more, Rishi. So I will cover that topic. That is not an issue. Okay, but if you expect me, these things are also done on the Eclipse, but that is a cloud platform. Okay, and that is not used in much places at present. Okay, basically they are using the system only GUI in most of the cases, and when they create a CDS view, there's this system also I think it's a HANA system only. Let's see in SC11 if we go CDS, I put star CDS. I think I will get the CDS views here also. CDS. See, any you take this view. Okay, so if you see here, this is not a CDS view. Okay, star CDS star 4. CDS test. Oh, these are not CDS views. Okay. So we will cover CDS view, but I don't think there is an existing CDS view. Let me check. CDS star DS DDL. This is a CDS view. I think this is a CDS view. So when you click on this, okay, this coding you cannot do in GUI.
Yeah.
Okay, this coding happens in Eclipse only. Okay, come again. Are you saying something?
No, no, I think there was a, lag from
Echo.
Sai side. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that should be good. Like, whatever you can specify
Yeah,
more,
yeah. So
focus
all the
on.
topics I don't want to break this topic into much smaller pieces because these are the major topics. Okay. But in these topics, I will cover most of the points. Means anything you during the session you think you have seen anywhere and I have missed it, you can tell me. I will cover that topic. Okay. That is not an issue. And if
And
you
and
means People
Yeah,
who take training from me, they are mostly working also, so they bring the problem statement also, what are they creating, and I resolve that problem also for them. Mostly they are working,
anyway,
means they are
anyway,
yeah,
you
tell
can
me.
cover a little bit the rap also. Like, do you have exposure on rap? Um,
Yeah,
because
I have service
I
definition, service definition, service binding. So that I already told you, no, that wrap will be covered. So that once you learn this, then learn CTS view, then will come on wrap. I have to, if
believe
I don't have to cover wrap, then I will be, I would have not told you that we have a wrap system also coming up. Okay.
I think
So
I have access to RAP. I mean, all the BTP portal, so she can use those. At least if
yeah.
for practice, I'm referring to.
Okay.
At least if
Tell
you
me
can.
what is you what is used in wrap. You tell me what is used in wrap.
No, no, no. I'm
Don't
just
they use
saying, like,
CDS view? Don't they use CDS view?
yeah, 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 definitely, yeah. That's what I'm saying,
So
talking about. Yeah,
that is a CDS view. Only wrap and the thing is that their naming convention differs. Service definition, service bindings. These concepts come in between. After they have created the CDS views on premise, they were used to create a odata.publish. They used to create a service using that. But the problem here is that you were requiring two developers here to create a Fiori application. One is the person who knows CDS, one is a person who know front end. With the coming of wrap, you don't require a Fiori person anymore. Okay, you create a
yeah,
application, you expose it, you use annotations, it becomes a Fiori application. This is the benefit which has come when we have moved from the on-premise to on-cloud. BTP is on cloud. It's not on premise. Okay. So
yeah.
the if
I
you are
think,
choosing that system, that is on cloud, definitely.
yeah. The only reason I'm asking is like because once she get exposed to a couple of objects on the SAP BTP and ABAP, then
Hmm.
it's easy to get her profile shortlisted, right? Like that's the only ask. That's the reason I'm asking. Otherwise,
No, no,
if you
I will
can come.
see. It's depend on her picking speed, sir. I cannot because SAP is not that easy. Means if I now speak on data element, this is a new term for her. Okay, so let her pick the speed first with the what is happening. Why SAP? Now I only ask her question why SAP or why not Java. She should be aware that yes, this ERP is a model. Why means if you are not clear why we are able, then it is very tough to make them understand that SAP is something different than a normal language. So let her pick that speed up with basic topics. Then once the basic topics are done, then we will cover CDS view, Fury, what all topics I have written. These topics I will cover it,
Okay, perfect,
and rap
perfect.
also. If rap means that I will talk to Sai on that part also, and then I will cover that also. CAPM CAPM requires more knowledge. So CAPM, I don't comment that because after learning rap only you will be tired. You will say
Yeah,
what is
Capam.
happening.
No, I think we should be good with rap. Capam is too much to handle. Yeah, at this point of time. So,
Because that will use Java, it will use JavaScripts. So that will simply turn you out. Okay. So any other
yeah,
topics
thanks.
you think which
Yeah,
means you tell me any topics you in between you come across. Tell me in the sessions that this is a topic. I will cover it because see I have around 15 years of experience doing coding. So mostly I have touch based every topic. Okay, it's not that I'm in only teaching. I'm in working with multiple projects also, and day in day out. Okay, so in case you think any topic, it may be happen that that topic I have not worked in depth. But if you want to learn that topic, I will definitely teach you that topic.
perfect,
Okay.
perfect. Yeah, I think thanks, Rishi. Nice talking to you. Now I'll go and then let you talk to Lalita. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Lilita, are you back?
Yes, I'm here.
So Lilita, you are able to see the screen. So
Yes,
this is a
yes.
SC11 screen. Okay,
Okay.
you might be
Okay.
aware, right? So
Hmm.
what
Yeah.
happens means what do you think why SAP? So why SAP means what happens with this screen? Everything in means if you do any work, you will suppose you are working on any of the projects. You will create some tables and all those things, right? To store the data. Suppose I ask you to maintain a directory of 100 people. What will you do? You will open an Excel and try pinning in the values 1, 2, 3, 100, name, their phone number, their everything, right? So When you have to do that in SAP, you have to come to transaction SC11. SC11 gives us the advantage to create a database table here. Okay, but now you have to, first thing that you have to learn here is that SAP has some of its own tables. Okay, that tables are like Mara. These names are little bit German names, so that is a issue. If you could not able to remember, that is not an issue. Okay, so you will slowly you will remember these names. Like this is Mara table. Okay, so this Mara table is generally the material data table. Okay, so how will you know that table is a standard SAP table or a custom table? Any idea?
So standard SAP table, like we have all the like fields in the like material, like description, material number, like.
No. Now you have to see that if any table starts with Z, okay,
Oh, yeah, that's
that
custom.
is a custom table.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
which any other table is Mara VBAK, that is your standard table. Will not allow you to create any custom table without Z and Y. If I
okay,
say ABCD, if I create, it will object can only be created in SAP package. Means if you are not using Z or Y, it will not allow you to create a table. Okay,
okay.
it will
What
it will
about the
only
field
create.
name?
What about the
Field names like you said like Z, right? Like a Z should come in front of the table name.
yeah?
So what about the
But
field name?
field name you don't require Z. In field
Oh,
name
okay.
you don't require Z. You don't require field name in Z. Okay, like the Ariba F4. So if you see this table, there is no Z here. Okay, field name
Oh,
is without Z. Now you have to, first thing you have to learn here, what is the hierarchy? Hierarchy means what should be you create first, what should be your second, what should be your third, or what should be your fourth. Hierarchy is you should create a domain first. Okay, domain,
mm,
then data element, then fields, and then table. Now you understood this flow.
yeah.
Now I show you that flow. This is a table open. If I click on this, what is this? This is your data element. You see, name,
Yeah.
what does it say? Data element. If you click on it, it will show you this is your domain. Okay, so smallest particle of a table is domain. First of all, you will always create a domain. What does domain tells us you that what kind of data it can take. Suppose you need to store a number, so you will take a data type as int. Like I will show you. So this you see domain. Okay,
Mhm.
so I
Yeah.
will create z domain 1 8. Okay, domain test domain. Okay, and data type, you see these are the standard data type given by SAP. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
means these are integer. If you want to take integer, you want to take a character, and what all you want to take, what all data type, it has already given that. When, like, if you have worked on SQL, you used to use varchar to all those things. Similarly, we have a data types in the SAP. What kind of character you want to store? Suppose I want to store your name, Lalita, so that is a character, right? And how much
Yeah.
length it is? 7 length. So I will say character, number of characters, how many number of characters I want. It can be my name also, Rishi, 5. So I will take a generic length as 10. Okay, I will say I want to create a domain with a character as its thing, and then we have to create a length. It should have length around 10. It can have characters till 10 or less than 10. Okay, it will not have characters more than 10. The length you define here is the maximum length. Okay, is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
This is clear. Now you know this is there is a button of activate in SAP. Anything if you save it, it will show you, it will ask you package. This I will tell you little later. Okay, So, but this you will say this, you see the status as new. Till the
Yeah.
time the status is new or inactive, that is not right. You have to activate everything in SAP. Without activate, nothing works in SAP. So to activate anything, you have this button. This is like a, you see spark button, and when you click
Yeah.
on this button, it will activate it. Okay.
Okay.
So this is you created a domain. Okay, Z domain one. I will copy this. Okay, what I told you, this flow, right? Z domain. Next is my data element. I will go back. I will create. You see this data type.
Yeah.
This data type is your data element. Okay. I will put ZDE underscore domain one. Okay. I will create. Do you see the first option?
Yeah. Data element.
Data element. You have to select that. It will ask you. It will ask you to give me the domain name. Okay. You have created this domain earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is the difference between domain and data element? If why can't I use directly domain? Any idea?
Oh, domain name, I mean, domain stores the data element in it.
So that is right. What you said is right. The data element stores domain in it. Okay.
Yeah.
But why not I? Why don't I use domain directly? Why SAP is asking me to create data element? There should be some specific reason, na?
Yeah.
Means why two things? So you see this field label. This
Okay.
here I can give you the I can give the description of your labels. Means you see these labels coming data element short description. So here I can in data element there is a facility to give description which is not present at the domain level. Okay, so I
Okay.
can say when you when there is a big screen I should show name. If there is a small screen I should show name of the person. So I can define four lengths of my data element. Okay, here. So
Okay.
this facility is not present in the domain level. Okay, this is present at the data element level. Okay, so now
Okay.
you created you put domain. Now again the status is new. It is of no use till the time you activate it. You have to go ahead and activate it. Currently we are storing all those things. Now what is package? You see this package,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Now suppose you are doing coding, I am doing coding, I am creating 10 objects, you are creating 10 objects. So finally if we don't store all the object in one package, okay, then how will we know that what has to be moved to the production? So we have, there are three environments in the system. Like one is a development, and this is one is a development landscape where we develop things. Okay, once we do development, then things are moved to the quality landscape. Quality we do testing. Okay, then things are moved to the production, which is used by the business. Okay, if we don't
Yeah.
store things in a package, suppose P1, there are 10 people in your team, you are leading a team. If you don't create one package to store all the objects, then how will you know that which thing has to be moved to quality? So package is something where you are keeping all the related things together. Okay, you use purse, right? In purse you
Yeah.
keep all your things. Why don't you keep in one in different areas? Why in purse? So purse, consider purse is as a package where you are creating keeping n number of things so that you can take it anywhere you go. Similarly, package is something which once the development is come, then this package moves to the quality system. Okay, this will move to the quality system. Once testing is done, then this the same package will move to the production system. This concept is clear.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that is why we give package, but now currently we are storing everything in local. Okay, because this is a testing phase, so we are learning, so we are storing everything in a local object. Okay, now you see this is active. Now we created
Mm.
the second thing. Okay, we created a data element.
Yeah.
Now what is third? We have to create the fields. Okay, fields will be created in a table. Now we create a one table, z table 1, Okay, create table for learning. Okay, is a now first I will talk about these things also, but first we should be aware what we are doing. So this is a this is a mandate field. Mandate field is a this is a mandatory field. If any table you will open in SAP standard table, okay, VBAC, you will see this field is there, mandate. Okay, any table you open, any table. So what is mandate now? You see this client number is coming 400.
Yep.
You see this 400 coming down. This is
Yes.
your
Yes.
client. Now what happens when we create a systems development system? So there can be two clients here. One can be development system can have two clients. One can be 100, other can be 200. So what happens that data stored in one client should not be visible into another client. Okay. जो आप the work which we are doing in which one client should be visible to that client only. Okay, it should not be visible to the other client. So that is the where how that is managed using this field. When you maintain this field, it ensures that if you are working in 100 client, the data remains in the 100 client. It is not shown to the 200 client. Suppose you are two friends, okay, Lalita and Geeta. Okay, you have access to 100 client, like I have access to 400 client, and Geeta has access to 200 client. Okay, now you have some secret things, like you have some secret papers. Okay, in both the clients, table name is there, table exists, the table one which we created, this exists. Okay,
Okay.
okay, this table exists in both the clients, but you have your own particular secret papers which you don't want anybody to see. So you put in that. Do you want that the Geeta who has 200 should able to see this secret one paper?
No.
So how that is managed? Using this mandate field. So you open any table, like I open VBAC table. If I open another table, Mara, okay, you see mandate again. Any table you open, VBAP, okay. So you will see this field is definitely there, okay, and you have to 95% of time you have to keep this field in your table when you create a table, okay. Now your question that the field name should start with the Z or not, I show you. You put this as field one. Okay, and what domain you created? Data element. You see,
Using
you can only
language.
put data at data element here. So I will pick this data element and I came here. Okay. Now I make it as a primary key. Okay. Now I activate. It will ask me to do some things. It will ask me to maintain this data class. So what is a data class? It will tell you how many records it can have. What kind of records it can have. Master data records. Now you understand what is master data, what is transactional data. Do you have knowledge about that?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Master data, transactional data. Okay. So you are doing a purchasing on Amazon, suppose. So what kind of data is that?
So that's
You are
like my, yeah, like
you go ahead and
that's
buy a purse today. What is that data? Is a transactional data? Is a master data?
so my
Your
information, and then that would be master data, and then I'm buying the purse would be the transactional data.
Yes, you are right. It will not ask you to put key in your information again and again. Your name, your address. That is your master data. Okay. It will not ask you to put key in your name, shipping address, or credit card number again and again. So that is your master data. But in transactional data, you can change the things. Today you are buying a purse. Tomorrow you are buying an iPhone. These are all transactional data. So the master data rarely changes. Okay, you can change. You have a facility, but mostly in 10 transaction you will only change for one. For 9 transaction it remains same. Okay, but transactional data changes as per your needs. Okay. Similarly,
Okay.
in SAP, it also asks what kind of data table you are creating. It's a master data table or transactional data table or different types of table. Mostly we use these first two options. If we have master data, we choose Apple 0. If we have transaction data, we choose Apple 1. So in this case, I am creating a transactional table. Suppose I will use Apple 1. Size category, how many records it should have. Okay. How many 1,000 records? How many records you think this table can store at means maximum? You depict the size, so you can choose any size. That is not an issue. Okay. Then uh, now you see there is an option column store and row store. So you know what is the difference between ECC and S4 HANA? Earlier in ECC you were not having this row store option. Okay, everything was stored in an Excel format only. Mean in a row and column format only. So earlier what used to happen? Everything was a row format only earlier. There was no this column option earlier was not there. Row was there. Earlier all the things were in the row format. So what was the issue with the raw format? That anything you stored, Lalita, phone number 12345, or anything you stored, so anything we have to traverse the complete record. Suppose I want a column F, I have to go through each record and do it. So that makes it slow. Okay. Now with the column store, you can every column is stored independently, and this help us to, in theory, you can say there's a compression technique SAP use. Okay, that help us to compress the table and make it faster. Okay, so now you have to decide which thing you want to choose, either a row storage or column storage. Okay, so column storage is something where now your question arises: how will you decide that you need a column storage and row storage? Any idea?
No.
So when there is any calculation involved, right, like sum, count, aggregate functions involved. Okay, and whenever there is an aggregate function involved, like sum, count, then you go for a column storage. Means numeric values are there, and you have to do some calculation in your reporting. Then you go for a column storage. When only you have to read the data, you don't have any calculation. Okay, no calculation involved, no numeric field involved. You go for a row storage. So row storage is faster when you are only reading the things. There is no calculation from column storage is faster when you are doing some calculations. Okay, this point is clear.
Yeah.
So in this scenario, in your scenario, we are only storing the name. So you can go for the row store also. Okay, there's no issue. Okay, once you save this, okay, you go back. It will ask you to activate. Do you want to activate? Yes. So this is something else. So I will show you what is this. Okay, you see this error enhancement category for table missing. See this. These are warnings, not the errors. Errors in SAP comes in red color. These are the warnings. So you have this enhancement category here. Okay, utility uh, extra. This is your enhancement category. Do you see this option?
Yeah. Mm.
Enhancement category. If I maintain this, okay, then that warning will also go. So mostly, so what happens when you do some developments, so it is not that your table remain fixed. As your things as you go further in the project, the table size goes on increases. Maybe sometime you have to add more fields, sometimes you want to do some other things in table. So that's the reason we choose option first or second, because these two options tell that this table can be enhanced further as per our needs. Okay, or third, you can choose the third option also. Okay, these three options we choose, we don't choose not classified or cannot be enhanced, because suppose now you know that you only want to store your name, but as you proceed in your project and you understand that you want to store your phone number, your house address, your husband's name, then you would have to add the fields. So you can add the fields only when the table is can be enhanced. Okay, any of these three categories if you choose, that is okay. Okay, so this is clear. Any
Yeah.
doubts
Mm.
here? So you have
No.
created a table. Now I will show you few things. There is one delivery class. First we will see this option. There are many options here. Okay, Now if I do display maintenance not allowed, suppose, what do you mean by in layman terms? If you have done maintenance not allowed, what do you mean? Will you be able to store data in this table?
No, I don't think so. I mean, if you say not allowed, it shouldn't be allowed, like
So you
to
see
enter
these
the
two
data.
options. You see these two options disabled.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Now I went here. I choose the option only display allowed. Okay. Now what do you think? What option will be enabled?
Create
It
entry.
will not allow you to create change this table. You are not able to change this table. Okay. When I bit,
Done.
but I will, when I click display, it will allow to display me. Okay. Is that point clear? Should I do it once again?
No, no, continue.
Display
Like,
only display allowed. I went to fields. I go to utilities. I go to table contents. I clicked on create entries. It gave me error, not authorized. Why? Because I have chosen this option, only display allowed. Okay, when I click on only display allowed and I will click on only display, it will allow me. Okay, only display will be allowed. Now suppose I choose the third option, display maintenance allowed. Okay,
yeah.
now I activated the code. Now I went to fields. I do to utilities. I go to table contents and I click on create entries. Table out. Okay, table is related. Table content. You are not authorized to change this table. I think some
Should be,
authorization issue is there. So
but
you, what
when you
happens?
select that,
Yeah, yeah. Come again.
yeah, when you
Tell me,
select
tell
that,
me.
you should be, yeah, when you select that, you should be able to create, right?
Yeah, yeah. I should be able to create. So there is a authorization issue which I have to ask them. So we see the authorization issue in SUIM transaction is there. I think there we see the authorization issue. Oh, SM. I don't remember the transaction. So it should be allowed. Means it should be allowed. I should be able to create entries. I should be able to display entries. Okay. So that should be there when I do that. Okay. So I have not created this SM30 table maintenance. So I think Sai, this you have to check, yeah. Yeah, you have a security guy with you.
Yeah, yeah, we have.
So you have to get it checked why I'm not able to create entries. It's showing me authorization issue. Okay,
Okay,
this you have
sure,
to
sure,
get it
sure. We
get it
will
checked
look
with
on it.
basis or security. Okay,
Sure, sure.
so Lalita, we have multiple teams in SAP. So basis or security teams helps to remove these errors like this if it comes. So it is that my ID was not given the access to create entries. So once he gets it fixed now, then it will be what you think that yes, it should be allowed to create entries also. Okay. So if you have your SAP system in your own SAP system, na, then try it. It will allow you to create entries. Okay. So it's
Yeah, we'll do that.
I will show you once he gets it fixed. Okay. Okay. So
Sure,
now you are
definitely.
clear with the table. Okay. Table. Now there is one more thing that is table maintenance generator. Okay. So when you there is this is the option TMG. So what happens means when you create a table, okay, so you have a table maintenance generator transaction slash o SM30. So you majorly maintains, if I now click on maintain, it will not, it will say that its maintenance is not complete. So why? Because I have not created a table maintenance for it. So for creating a table maintenance, we have to create first a function group. Here we choose ampersand NC ampersand. Okay. And we create a one function group first.
So what is function group?
Yeah, that I will tell you. Function group. So you have you know the transaction SE37. function module. So you see this function group. First, you
Yeah.
see, I will tell you what is function group. I will. That is a big topic. I will explain you. But for this, just learn. So we created C function group GFG underscore table one. Now, if I have to explain you in C, first I will create it, then I will explain you. Want to create the object? Yes. Function group for table. Group for table. Object. So this is a function group created. So we have to activate this function group. Okay. So I will this you see inactive. Everything you create in SAP in original it is inactive. Okay. Then we have to activate it for the first time. Okay. Now it is master program active. Okay. So now you understand the concept of function group. So have you heard that? Did you use any application? Means in your calculator you put 2 plus 3, it gives you 5. So what is that? There is some function happening which is adding the things, right? So in SAP we have a term called function modules. Okay, function module is something you are giving as input something, okay, and it is giving you an output. Suppose you created a function, sum function, sum for numbers. So you gave it this function as 2 comma 3 as input, it give you as the output is 5. Inside sum it was adding 2 plus, it was doing 2 plus 3. Okay, so every function module is mapped to a function group. Okay, so function group is something which contains different screens. In case table, in when we are discussing the table, so there these are the screens here. So this to contain these screens we create a function group. Okay, so if you don't understand now, don't take attention. I will explain you more in the function module when I teach you function modules. This is something which I am trying to show that how can you make entries in a that table using SM30. Okay, this is a function group we created. We then find screen number, post screen numbers. Okay, and we okay. Now if you go to SM30, earlier you were getting this maintenance is not able. Okay, now if you go in see it gives you that your field name. So if you have to do the entries, you will click on this and do a new entry, Lalita. Okay, and you will press save. It will show you Lalita. Okay, so you understand the two ways of making entries in a table, either by using that entries table, or you should create a table maintenance generator, and using table maintenance generator you can create an entry in a table. Is that clear? Any doubt still here?
No, no, I'm
So
good.
as a homework you have to do two things. Okay, first create a data element. Write down this homework. Okay, well, then
Yeah,
only you will learn. If okay,
yeah,
you have to create a table. Okay, create a table with 4 fields. Okay, your name, your husband name, your address, and your contact details. Okay, keep these four fields. Okay, first create a domain, then create a data element, then create a table. You will see errors when you create a table. Please note down those errors, and when we meet next I will resolve all the errors for you. Okay,
sure.
is
I
it
will do
clear?
that.
So you have to
Yeah,
study first table only, SC11 table. Now next topics which we'll cover, we will cover first this SC11, all the points which are there in SC11. So we covered 3 points today. One is database table, one is data type, one is domain. These three points we covered. We will cover rest of the topics and then we will move to the next topic, that is reports. Okay, is it clear?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, you clear it, and we'll meet in next session. Any points, anything?
Yeah, can I ask you a question about the timing?
Yeah,
Is it possible
you
for
tell
you
me.
to is it possible to for you to come like little early?